semester, first year, last semester of the second semester in law school, my parents gave me the last balance to pay for school fees. When I looked at the money, that's when I made a decision in my life. I said, no, if I pay, I'll fail the exam still. What should I do? Let me go start a new life. And I went with that money and I moved to Kafiwe. By myself, when I was sleeping on the floor in a 2-room house, I paid and I even got a job and I started abusing drugs there and there. Then, after like 3 months, 4 months there, I noticed that I was going to die. And it's weird when you're about to die, it clicks. So it's like the boy in the lost son. So I said, you know what? I think my father's house is much, much better. And as I'm about to die, because I was still, prodigal son, and I'm about to die, it's better I die in my father's house. So that's how I went back to my father's house. But the person I came back as, I was a demon. I was bad, we couldn't, it was horrible. And I could do anything for the drug because I'm addicted. And that's the thing about people who are on drugs as well, they're very dangerous. This is why they sell a lot of things. And you who's not on drugs, you also need to be careful because they want to get this trophy and go sell it. Because if they don't get that drug, it's painful. It's like the occultic. It's like belonging to the occult world. They'll tell you 02, you have to make yourself, you have to be on a mission. That's why you find witches are flying 02. They don't like that life. They have no option. You get me on drugs as well. They don't like selling it. They don't like being aggressive towards their parents. They don't like killing. But the drugs they have to, because if they don't take the drugs, they won't sleep. They won't be able to eat. I couldn't play soccer without smoking. I had to smoke. Before sleeping, I had to smoke. When I wake up, the first thing you do is smoke. It's called wake and bake. So the last thing you need to do before sleeping is smoking. And the first thing you need to do before waking up is smoking. It's horrible. You don't want to be in that life. And now me and my parents, we couldn't live together. And my parents kicked me out of the house. And I became a street child. Now I was on the streets. Begging. I couldn't afford anything. So I would go at the bar where people are drinking like that. They throw the bottles. I get bottles. I get an empty bottle. And I pour. I start pouring. It reaches somewhere and I drink. I pick up cigarettes. I go beg people for smoking. And you know when you beg people, those days, yes, they would give you. But now you're on the streets. So people would smoke until the end, then they give you that. And some people don't want to smoke with you because they'll think you're crazy. And there's this association that if you associate with a mad person, you also become mad. And this is the first step. If anybody here is addicted to drugs or anybody knows anybody on drugs, the first step and to any problem is acknowledging your mistakes and acknowledging that drugs are bad. After 10 years of drug abuse, I was on the streets, I was homeless, I was in the bush. I had nobody to blame. Because when I was under the influence of drugs, I blamed everybody. I blamed my parents, I blamed my school, I blamed my upbringing, I blamed environments. Now I was alone. There was no God, there was no the devil. There was no mom, there was no dad, there was no brother, there was no sister, there was no teacher. Just me. And then I realized that the problem was me. Then I said a prayer. Because I was ready to kill myself and commit suicide. And I was planning on how to kill myself. The only reason why I'm alive as well is maybe by the grace of God, and two is that I never had the money to kill myself because killing yourself, I learned that killing yourself also requires money.